Now, watching the subject is computer graphics. First unit. Overview of graphic systems. Graphics capabilities for both two-dimensional and three-dimensional applications are now common on general-purpose computers, including many handheld calculators. With personal computers, can use a wide variety of interactive input devices and graphic software packages. For higher quality applications, choose from a number of sophisticated special-purpose graphics, hardware systems, and technologies. In this chapter, explore the basic feature of graphics hardware components and graphics software packages. The next chapter, video display device. The primary output device in a graphics system is a video monitor. The operation of most video monitors is based on the standard cathode ray tube designs. It's called CRT. The next chapter, refers cathode ray tubes. The first one left side figure the basic operation of a CRT. A beam of electrons emitted by an electron gun passes through focusing and deflection systems that direct the beam towards specified positions on the phosphor coated screen. The phosphor then emits a small spot of light at each position contact by the electron beam. Because the light emitted by the phosphor fades very rapidly, some method is needed for maintaining the screen picture. One way to keep the phosphor glowing is to redraw the picture repeatedly by quickly directing the electron beam back over the same points. This type of display is called refresh cathode ray tubes. The right side figure the primary components of an electron gun in a CRT are the heated metal cathode and a control grid. Heat is supplied to the cathode by directing a current through a coil of wire called the filament inside the cylindrical cathode structure. This causes electrons to be boiled off the hot cathode surface. In the vacuum inside the CRT envelope, the free negatively charged electrons are accelerated toward the phosphor coating by a high positive voltage. The accelerating voltage can be generated with a positively charged metal coating on the inside of CRT envelope near the phosphor screen, or an accelerating anode can be used. Sometimes the electron gun is built to contain the accelerating anode and focusing system within the same unit. The proper deflection amounts are attained by adjusting the current through the coils. When electrostatic deflection is used, two pairs of parallel plates are mounted inside the CRT envelope. One pair of plates is mounted horizontally to control the vertical deflection, and the other pair is mounted vertically to control horizontal deflection. Next, raster scan displays. A raster scan system, the electron beam is flipped across the screen, one row at a time from top to bottom. As the electron beam moves across each row, the beam intensities turn on and off to create a pattern of illuminated spots. Picture definition is stored in a memory or called the reference buffer or frame buffer. This memory area holds the set of intensity values for all the screen points. Stored intensity values are then retrieved from the referenced buffer and painted on the screen one row at a time. Each screen point is referred to as a pixel. In a simple black and white system, each screen point is either on or off. So only one bit for pixel is needed to control the intensity of screen positions. For a bi-level system, a bit value of 1 indicates that the electron beam is to be turned on at the position, and a value of 0 indicates the beam intensity is to be off. Additional bits are needed when color and intensity variations can be displayed. Up to 24 bits per pixel are included in high quality system. A system with 24 bits per pixel and a screen resolution of 1024 by 1024 requires 3 megabytes of storage for the frame buffer. On a black and white system with 1 bit per pixel, the frame buffer is commonly called a bitmap. Next, random scan displays. A random scan displays unit a CRT as the electron beam directed only to the parts of the screen. A picture is to be drawn. Random scan monitors draw a picture one line at a time, and for this reason are also referred to as vector displays, is called stroke writing or calligraphic display. Refresh rate on a random scan system depends on the number of lines to be displayed. Picture definition is now stored as a set of line drawing commands in an area of memory referred to as the reference display file. Sometimes the reference display file is called the display list, display program, or simply the reference buffer. Random scan displays are designed to draw all components lines of a picture 30 to 60 times each second. High quality vector systems are capable of handling approximately 1 lakh shots lines at this refresh rate. Next, color CRT monitors. A CRT monitor displays color pictures by using a combination of phosphors that emit different color light. By combining the emitted light from the different phosphors, a range of colors can be generated. The two basic techniques for producing color displays with a CRT are the beam penetration method and the shadow mask method. The first one, the beam penetration method for displaying color pictures, has been used with random scan monitors. Two layers of phosphor, usually red and green, are coated onto the inside of the CRT screen, and the displayed color depends on how far the electron beam penetrates into the phosphor layers. A beam of slow electrons exceeds only the outer red layer. A beam of very fast electrons penetrates through the red layer and exceeds the inner green layer. At intermediate beam speed, combination of red and green light are emitted to show two additional colors, orange and yellow. The speed of the electrons and hence the screen color at any point is controlled by the beam acceleration voltage. The next, shadow mask methods are commonly used in raster scan system because they produce a much wider range of colors than beam penetration method. A shadow mask CRT has three phosphor colored dots each pixel position. One phosphor dot emits a red light, another emits a green light, and the third emits a blue light. This type of CRT has 3 electron guns, one for each colored dot, and a shadow mask grid just behind the phosphor coated screen. A shadow mask method commonly used in color CRT system. The 3 electron beams are deflected and focused as a group onto the shadow mask, which contains a series of holes aligned with the phosphor dot patterns. When the 3 beams pass through a hole in the shadow mask, they activate a dot triangle, which appears as small color spot on the screen. Next, direct view storage tubes. A direct view storage tube stores the picture information as a charge distribution just behind the phosphor coated screen. Two electron guns are used in a DVST. One, the primary gun is used to store the picture pattern. The second, the float gun, maintains the picture display. Next chapter, flat panel displays. Flat panel displays refer to a class of video devices that have reduced volume, weight, and power requirements compared to a CRT. Flat panel displays in two categories, emissive displays and non-emissive displays. The emissive displays example LED and non-emissive display example LCD. The emissive displays are devices that convert electrical energy into light. Plasma panel, thin film and light emitting diodes are examples of emissive displays. Flat CRTs have also been devised in electron beams are accelerated parallel to the screen. They deflect 90 degrees to the screen. But flat CRT have not to be as successful as other emissive devices. Non-emissive displays use optical effects to convert sunlight or light from some other sources into graphics patterns. The most important example of non-emissive flat panel display is a liquid crystal display is called LCD. Plasma panels, also called gas discharge displays, are constructed by filling the region between two glass panels with a matrix of gases that usually includes neon. A series of vertical conducting ribbon is placed on one glass panel and a set of horizontal ribbons is built into the other glass panel. Emissive device is the light emitter diode. It's called LED. A matrix of diodes is arranged to form the pixel positions in the display, and a picture definition is stored in a refresh buffer. In scan line refreshing of CRT information is read from the refresh buffer and converted to voltage levels that are applied to the diodes to produce the light patterns in the display. The next chapter, three-dimensional viewing devices. Graphics monitors for the display of three-dimensional scenes have been devised using a technique that reflects a CRT image from a vibrating, flexible mirror. The operation of such a system is demonstrated. As the varifocal mirror vibrates, it changes focal length. These vibrations are synchronized with the displaying of an object on a CRT so that each point on the object is reflected from the mirror into a spatial position corresponding to the distance of that point from a specified viewing position. This allows users to walk around an object or scene and view it from different sides. The next chapter, stereoscopic and virtual reality system. Another technique for representing three-dimensional object is displaying stereoscopic views. This method does not produce true three-dimensional images, but it does provide a three-dimensional effect by presenting a different view to each height of an observed to that scenes to appear to have depth. And stereoscopic viewing is also a component in virtual reality system into a scene and interact with the environment. A headset containing an optical system to generate the stereoscopic views is commonly used in conjunction with interactive input device to locate and manipulate objects in the scene. A sensing system in the headset keeps track of the viewer's position so that the front and back of objects can be seen as the viewer walks through and interacts with the display. Interaction with a virtual screen using a headset and a data globe worm on the right hand. The first unit of overview of graphic system is over. Thank you.